What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna I was trying to do something new. Did it work? I don't know. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be going over ideas, tricks, and things you need to do before you turn 25. However, if you are not 25 yet and you're watching the video, I'm so glad you're here. There's gonna be so many great tips and tricks and things you need to do before you turn 25 that I hope you guys implement. These things are like tried and true. I mean, you need to do these things. You need to have these things. It's just gonna be better for you in the long run. It's gonna help you progress as an adult, as an individual through your life from 25 and up. And so you'll have just a jump start, a head start, if you will. So if you like the idea of this video and are excited to watch it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and let's get right into the video. Hey guys, let's jump right into the video. So these are gonna be ideas, tricks, and necessities that you need to do and incorporate in your life before you turn 25. These are gonna dramatically help you in the long run, give you a head start in so many aspects in your life, and you're gonna thank yourself in the end. So let's jump into it. The first thing that you need to do before you turn 25 is find your passion. Now, finding your passion is definitely easier said than done. And to be totally honest with you, a lot of people right now, including yourself that may not be 25 yet, don't even know where to start. Hey, how do I find my passion? What am I passionate about? I don't know what I want to do. I'm still in college. You know, those things are what we think about, and people like ourselves think about on a daily basis. However, it's as simple as just thinking and knowing, look, what am I good at? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What categories in school, what genres do I like? What do I like learning? What do I hate learning? And just start right there. Start with what you like to do. Whether it's gonna make you money or it's not gonna make you money, don't worry about that just yet. Just focus on what you want to do, focus on what you like, really try to dig deep on what you like. And so that's really gonna help you just kind of progress into the nature of you actually coming up with your passion, realizing that this is what I wanna do. This is, how to pursue that passion. This is what the goal in mind is. However, the real reason I want you to find your passion before you turn 25 is because it's going to get you in the right mindset. It's going to get you in the right direction. The most important thing is having that fire inside of you. You need to have that fire. You need to wake up with authority. You need to wake up with some type of goal in mind, some type of passion to pursue. It's going to really keep you healthy. It's going to keep your mind really sane. And most of all, it's going to help you get through the rough times. It's no secret that we're going to go through tremendously rough times in our personal life. So having this passion is going to dramatically change the way you look at these rough times. It's going to really just get you up again. It's going to keep you going. And most of all, it's going to allow you not to quit on things when things get tough. So having this passion set and somewhat found before you turn 25 is going to help you progress into your 25 and on with a little bit more of an outlook on life. It's going to get you ready for what's about to come. However, don't get me wrong, it's going to mold, it's going to change, it's going to alter your passion, that is, once you progress in life. But having somewhat of a fundamental basis on what your passion is really going to just get you a huge head start, and you're just going to thank yourself in the end. The second and really, really important thing that you need to acquire and learn and master before you turn 25 is your communication skills. You have to learn to be an all-star communicator. Once you start your career and you go into your career, progress, the first thing people, your bosses and colleagues are going to notice is your personality and how well you can communicate, how well you can convey your message. Just think about it. We're communicating every single day, whether it be a job interview, with your friends, with your family, at school, your boss, colleagues. Everyone's judging you. Everyone's looking at how well you can convey a message, how well you can say that message. Can you tell a good story? There's so many things that you need to learn. However, nothing works correctly. Nothing really falls in line if you don't have that communication, if you don't have the ability to convey your skills, to convey your message, and to really just put forth what you have to offer. So having an all-star communication skills is super important for you to acquire. In fact, Warren Buffett, the all-star investor and businessman, was doing a Q&A panel, and he got asked the question, what's the most important skill to learn at our age? The guy that asked the question was about the late 20s, early 30s, and Warren Buffett basically explained to him that the most important skill that he would teach anybody or put the advice in front of is to learn and master how to communicate. Warren Buffett himself, guys. So if you're not going to take my word for it, take his word for it. The most important skill and something you need to try your best to master is being an all-star communicator. Now, there's so many ways to learn effective communication skills. Books, seminars, online courses with influential people, important people that have done it before. However, the best way to learn, in my opinion, is to get out there in front of an audience. Get out there in front of people. Speak at a broad spectrum. Speak about something you're passionate about. Speak about something you want people to know about. Getting in front of this crowd, doing it sooner is going to help you in the long run. You want to fail now. fail in front of friends and family, fail while you're younger. This is a time to do things that are out of the box. This is a time to do things that you're not comfortable with. Being an effective communicator is going to take practice. And so practice in front of the mirror, practice in front of your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend. So with all that being said, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to be an all-star communicator. All right, guys, the third thing you need to do and have before you turn 25 is a 700 or higher credit score. Now, credit score is one of the easiest things to do. So many people think it's really unattainable, really hard to do, or it takes years and years and years to establish a great credit score. But the truth is, it's super easy, and the fundamentals of building the credit score are literally night and day in terms of how easy it is to recognize what to do. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm actually going to be coming out with a great video on how to build your credit score, how I built mine in like 4.5 months, from the low 600s to the high 780s. So keep watching the channel, subscribe so you can look out for those videos. But the fact is, it's not unattainable. It's super easy for you to build a 700 plus credit score before 25. Now, I'm not going to get into how to do it yet. That's for a different video. However, the main reasons why I want you to have the 700 plus credit score before 25 is because, unfortunately, credit bureaus and big banks have basically made us useless if we don't have 2 years of credit history or sufficient credit score. Forget getting that mortgage, forget getting that car at a good interest rate, forget all the above if you don't have 2 years and if you don't have that score. Now, the key thing you probably heard me say is 2 years of history. And like I mentioned, no worries, I'll actually make a step-by-step video on how to build your credit score in the future, so subscribe to the channel for that. However, you need to start building your credit score now. You need to have that 2-year history in line. Most banks don't even allow you to have a mortgage or get a mortgage if you don't at least have 2 years. And if you do end up getting a mortgage without that 2 years of history, odds are your interest rate is going to be astronomically high, and it's probably not worth buying that home. So you need 2 years of history, and you need to have a 700 plus credit score. That is the safest thing to have. That is the best level to have, and really going to help you with interest rates and progress in your life in general. It's going to save you a ton of headaches, a ton of money as well. And you're probably thinking, how is my credit score going to save me money? The obvious answer is going to be, well, you're going to have lower interest rates. But the thing that people don't talk about as well, maybe something you haven't thought about, is when you go to get a home and when you go to rent a unit for an apartment complex, or basically just living somewhere, you're gonna have to get what's called utilities. Now, people really do not think about this, and maybe you just don't know yet because somebody hasn't taught you, or you haven't got your own place yet, or signed your own lease, or your own mortgage yet. However, when you sign up for water, gas, electricity, basic utilities like that to have in your new home or apartment, there's what's called activation fees. A lot of these utility companies are gonna run what's called a pre-screen on you, or a soft credit check, or a hard credit check. Now, the reason why they're doing the credit checks is they wanna put you in 2 categories, the risky category or the safe category. If you're safer, which means you have a longer history and you have a higher credit score, odds are you're not gonna have to pay as much, if not any, activation fees, which could range from $100 to $400. Now, if you're on the more risky side, you're gonna be having to pay those activation fees just to turn your lights on, just to have your internet turned on, just to have the water flicked on. And those, like I mentioned, are gonna range anywhere from $100 to $400 one-time payment just to turn them on for each utility. And that's just for having not a good credit score and not a sufficient history. So you're gonna save a ton of money and a ton of headache from the get-go right when you get your first place and have to turn on your first utilities. So keep that in mind, guys. 2 years of history, start building your credit now. Look out for that video on step-by-step how to actually do that. All right, guys, the fourth thing that I want you to do before you turn 25 is take on a risk and fail miserably. Guys, this is the time to do it. This is the time when you're young, you're mobile, you're adaptable. This is the time to take a risk, do something out of your comfort zone, start the business, start the YouTube channel, write the blogs. This is the time to fail. This is the time to make a fool of yourself. And so that's why I highly recommend do this before you turn 25. And it's no secret, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that hard times are going to happen in our lifetime, especially after we're 25, when we have a little bit more to lose if we do take on a risk. I'm a firm believer that the failures that we endure are basically learning experiences. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. Everybody knows that if you really want to, you can learn from your mistakes. You can learn from your failures. And like I mentioned, it's gonna be really hard as you progress in life, and each thing is gonna get harder and harder. So failing now is gonna give you a jump start on how to overcome that failure, how to feel once you did fail. You know, how does it feel? Is it embarrassing? Do you hate yourself for it? Do you never want to do it again? And so those are all things I want you guys to feel and endure and actually, have before you turn 25. It's something, that you really need to just basically take on, guys. It's really important because it's going to set you up for the next failure and the next one and the next one. And you're going to learn from all these failures, and eventually you're going to end up winning. All right, guys, and there you got it. Hopefully some of you guys have already started these ideas and necessities before you're turning 25. That's the real goal here. If not, go ahead and start now. Start today. You can do every single one of these things I talked about in the video right now. If you do all of these things, you're gonna have such a head start compared to all of your friends and other colleagues that when you join the workforce, when you graduate college, when you get into the real world, before you turn 25, if you have all these things locked down, crossed off the list, you're gonna be a stud. People are gonna look up to you and people are gonna envy you. So with that being said, if you like this content, be sure to look out for more content just like this on my TV.